this hand. That's why it's in a glove, so you can't see. I'm very right-handed, so it's very hard to do my dominant hand. So I just do that off camera. There's no need for you suffering with me. But I have to do it first. And now we're going to, I haven't painted my right hand, but we're going to do this part right now. I use hard gel. That's the medium that I prefer. And with my hard gel, you know, I use tips. I can use the forms. This is just easier for me. I have a gel brush, number 6 oval, and a liner brush, short little liner brush. And I'm using LGN Pro. It's the only hard gel that I do use to build an entire nail. And I'm using the Blue Poppy. And I'll also be using the dehydrator. There's nothing like this protein bond, sorry. And Beetles to actually do my base coat, only because it's thinner. I do have the base coat to this, but this is thinner. I like that when I'm putting on the nails. And my alcohol and my lint-free pads. First, I'm going to size out my nails. My thumb is always a 0, preferably a double 0. My middle's always a 1. And that's in any nails. Unless the 0 is extra small, then my middle would be the 0, but then I have to sculpt my thumb. And these, it's not so bad. Now, my pointer finger is a 3. Ring finger is a 2. I have big fingers. And I want to say my pinky is this one, which is, what is it? Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Yep, and 8. So now we've got our sizes sized out. I've got my standing fast curing lamp, so I can glue them on there. First thing I'm going to do though is buff my nails again. Just going to roughly buff it. I'm going to wipe it off with the alcohol. Okay. I tore my fingernail up right there, taking off those last press-ons because I got impatient. I know alcohol and dehydrator is like doubling it up, but I still do it. I like to double dehydrate here. I also use alcohol more of cleaning the dust off or buffing. Now the protein bond. I gotta get me some more, I'm almost out. Slightly scrub this in. Let that dry. It's an air dry product. now I take the base coat and I paint my entire nail with it. And I'm going to take the thumbnail and then as well turn my clear light on. And since there's no nail there, well, there's only a small layer, I'm going to set it a little further back than I normally would. Try to get it even and straight as I can. That's it. If it's not, I will take this off. I will rip it off and do it again, because I can't stand them not being straight. Yes, it's straight. Now I pinch the sides together and cure those. Alright. Now see, there's not enough glue right there. So I'm just gonna slide this brush up under there, get that off my skin, push it in and glue it again. And I've glued my glove to me. Okay, on to the next. Now you can buff the inside of the nail tip if you feel like that makes it stay better. Personally, when it has a well, I don't feel like it stays any better. I think it's the same. I'm just going to do this until I do all 5, and then I'm going to put it in the big lamp for a full 60-second cure. Go. I'm going to finish the rest off camera and I'll be back. Alright, they're all secured in the 60-second cure. So now I'm going to cut them down to size. Oh, that is crooked. So I just fully cured it too. Just have to go. I'll get it off. Use this magic remover. Let that sit for 5 minutes, it'll come off. And I got it off. Now I gotta scrape the base coat off. I'm just using the cuticle pusher because I used it to begin with to scrape all the crap off instead of the nail scraper. It was more accessible. Clean that off. All right, now we're gonna do the pinky again. All right, let's try this again, but let's try getting it straight. That's what I'm telling myself, because now I have to do everything all over again. But I refuse to have a crooked nail. The hydrator. Protein bond. Scrub it in again. Let that dry. Base coat. We're going to take our nail tip again. I love backtracking. So much fun. Oh my God. So much fun. I'm going to turn on my flash cure lamp here. And try this again. Try to get it straight. Okay, she looks straight finally. Okay, now we're straight. Now we can cure it the rest of the way. Now, cure the side. cure the other side. And now I'm giving it a full 60-second cure. Alright, I wasn't going to show you this hand, but I kind of have to in order to cut my nails even. So, take this glove off that I'm tearing up with these fake nails. And let's make sure they're around the same length. Yep, did that pretty good through the glove. It's a little long. So over you. Yep. That's fine. Okay. All right, we're good to go on the cutting. Now, I believe we're done with the flash gear lamp. Now, get this out of the way so I can dump this when I get through filing. I'm not going to pull out my air dust collector. People are sleeping. And it is quite loud. So I am going to file. I've got this little ceramic bit. It's kind of like a cuticle bit, but I like to use it for this. And I put my E-file on 10 when using it. It's not super sharp, so it needs a little power. Tuck you in here so you can see what I'm doing. These sides, they are always sticking up. Okay, maybe a little more. Usually 10 does it. I went to 15. There we go. Probably needs to be cleaned from using it on the last hand. And this side. Ow. Youchers. I just hit my skin with that and sizzled it. It's time to bring out my container OE-file bits, because this one is just apparently dirty. Too dirty. It has to soak. And good thing is I have two of them. This one is a little coarser. I think it'll be all right. These are my clean bits. Now let's try this again. Alrighty. This needs to be glued down. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna glue that other one. I'm gonna take my old cuticle nippers and I'm gonna come in here and do this. Alright. I just use these old cuticle nippers for cutting anything, really. That's a beautiful sanding band. That's what's going on next, is a sanding band. Right after I take care of this. You still have to keep these carbide bits moving, especially at a faster speed. I didn't set my nail on fire back then. It was my finger. Apparently the tip was touching my finger. Tip of the bit. But that's okay. Now I'm going to use my sanding band. And lock that bit in. I'm going to do this on a 6 because this will really heat your nails up, the sanding band. I'm not going to totally blend these tips because, truth be told, I probably won't have them on for long, but with the hard gel, you won't even be able to tell. I use gravity with the hard gel to form my apex, and then I'll come back later if need be and fill in spots that might need it. Like there's spots on my right hand that still need it, but that's fine. I can do that. But doing a whole hand of nails with this hand full of nails, it's just a little more difficult than need be. So I always do my dominant hand first. Okay, now it is time to buff up the tips. Now with hard gel, you do want to do this if you plan on keeping your nails on. because this will actually separate from the hard gel, even with a base coat on it. Gel sticks to gel. And these are not gel tips. These are just plastic. I'm gonna go ahead and buff these off camera and get back to you. Because also, my battery's about to give out. Alright, we're all buffed. There's no need in really shaping them right now because once you put the hard gel on, you're gonna have to shape them again. This is what we're going for. And see, this is what I was talking about. I need to put more on. Here and there. Right here. But, you know, other than a tiny little bit of places, the nails are formed. They have an apex. That's all I'm concerned with right now. So, next, I'm going to dump this off, get rid of all the clippings and dust, so we can get down to hard gel business. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Beetles base coat again. And I'm going to paint over these after wiping down, scrub them down with no, I'm gonna wipe them with alcohol. I scrub them, it gets under it. I'm thinking about making me some blue-green water nails. But then again, I also want to use my Born Pretty Wizard of Oz polishes that I showed on here. I did do my reset day. You can go back and look at my reset nail day where I do the whole hand treatment and what have you. I did that. So then I was ready for nails. I only put my base coat on a couple nails at a time because, again, this is very thin. If it were my rubber base gel, I put it on all of them, but I'm not using that today. I want some very slim, thin nails. So I do this for 60 seconds. Well, at least 30 seconds. Then I paint, you know, the other ones, and then I do a full 60. So it's gonna get the full 60. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe them clean because, as you know, I have dogs and cats, and the longer it stays sticky, the more hairs I'm gonna get in them. So just try to do this. Now I did notice something while I was wiping them off. This is sticking out some, so I'm just gonna take this and lightly buff right there. Wipe that again. I don't want to wipe away all the file away all the base coats. So now we're on to our blue poppy. I'm gonna do a nail or two on camera and then do the rest off because it's really just a bunch of letting gravity do it, and it's gonna be difficult for me to show you. I guess I could change the angle of the camera for you and show you what I'm doing when I'm turning my nail upside down. So let's start with this first. Again, I have a slip layer. This is where all the gel will go once you put, you know, a big amount on your nail. I do get bubbles in my hard gel. I have not perfected that yet. But again, it's okay. It's never really messed with the strength of my nails because I don't get a shit ton of bubbles in it, but I do get bubbles in my hard gel. And this is the kind that you have to file off. I usually file it off till I get to the last coat or so, and then I put on that magic gel polish remover, and it'll lift the last layer up. Now that I have my slip layer here, which I'm pretty sure I just did off camera. See that bubble? I want to try and pop that. And that's not all the gel that's going on that nail, but it's hard to get a big gob on this little brush. Alright. There will be more, but right now let's work with what's on here. Kind of push it back towards the cuticle. Don't touch it. Pat it out on either side. Like pillow it out. Then you want to get you some and start dragging from side to side. All the way down the nail. And I turn my nail downwards so that once again gravity helps it. I need some more. That wasn't enough. Keep working until you get to the tip. Now, see it's starting to pool to the sides because it wants to level out. That's what it, you know, that's what it wants to do. And it will go everywhere you put the gel. So let me show you what I'm doing when I turn this upside down. Try and turn the camera so you can see. Move this so maybe it'll stop focusing on that. Working. It won't focus. Well, maybe you can kind of see what I'm doing. This is the liner brush, and you just get the gel to go where you're wanting it to go. We're wanting an apex, and you want the apex to go from here to at least here. So you're getting your gel to go where you want it with gravity's help. I like the tips of my nails super thin. Now it might not happen the first time you flip your finger over, so you flip it back, and while it's this way, you can still manipulate the gel. So when you flip it back, it's more where you want it. Cannot make this focus on my nail. Come on. If you hold your nail evenly when you're holding it upside down like this, the apex will be right where you want it. If you look at it that way, you can see where it's pulled in the middle, and it's pulling to this side because I turned my finger. But now you see what I do when I turn it upside down. So let's go back to where we were. So my camera cut off. I don't know how much of that you actually got. But I just put a thin layer, just like a slip layer, but I let that level out. I didn't put more on it, so it could be strong on the sides as well. So it was getting thin right there. You could see through it, so it needed a layer. Like it's thin right here, but it was super thin. So now that's done. I will be going back and wiping it off with alcohol because again, pet hair, sticky. And I'm just gonna go on and like I said, the apex is there. I got my apex by using gravity and a liner gel brush. And I'm gonna finish the other 4 and I'll come back. All right, now that we've got these all formed and buffed and filed, I'm going to take a lint-free wipe with some 91% alcohol on it and wipe them off. So any oils that got on it in the meantime are not on there. And all my nails are gonna, the base of them is gonna be the same. So I'm just gonna paint 1 or 2 nails and show you what I'm doing to the base. And then finish the bases off and then go to the decorating phase. I'm using Beetles E376 and Beetles A538. And the cat eye is from the Wizard of Oz collection, Warm Pretty, MY223. It's the blue one. So I'm gonna start with my thumb tucked in here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna ombre these 2 colors together. I also put some of this out on my palette because I'm anal about the cuticle area. So I'll use a liner brush. Get some of that off the palette. Make sure that the cuticle is shaped right. Alright, now I'm put the darker color towards the tip. I have some thermal gels, but I'm sorry, they don't work as well as they act like they do. So I'd rather just ombre it. my ombre brush. And there's excess gel right here at the end of the light one on purpose. And I'm just tapping it. I'm not pulling. I'm not wiping my brush off yet. There we go. I'll cure that for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to take this cat eye and put a thin layer over top of this. All of these cat eyes from the Wizard of Osborne pretty set have a green glitter in it. The metal pieces are green. Because I tried this with several of the colors on it to see which one looked best. They all look exactly the same over this color. Now I'm gonna put all the particles, push them to the center. Go from the top, bottom, side, and the other side. If you go too far, you can always go back to the other side and bring it back this way. And I'm going to use this magnet and hold it over the areas. And this is how I make the water now. Double this. And just play around with it until you get what you want. I like that, so I'm gonna cure that for 60 seconds. Alright, now I'm going to put a top coat on this because I won't be putting any designs on this one. So I'm going to use LGN Pro Shiny. Let's top coat that one. the revealing top coat and cure that for 60 seconds. I like to get my thumbs done first because they always end up touching something if I just continue on, and they're sticky until it gets their top coat. So then I'm just going to go on and do the rest of the nails with that same background, and then we'll come back and put the designs on top. Okay, now we've got all our base on. I've got top coat on all of them, and I am going to be using this polish, 023 Go Bofu. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's what we're going to be using for the painting portion. And then I'm going to be using this because I'm going to make a flower, and she's pretty, very pretty. Keeping with the bluish green teal theme. And then I'm going to attempt to make a starfish with this one. And then we're gonna add us a palm tree or two. And I will be using pearls instead of caviar beads, and the blue raindrop rhinestones. So first thing first, I'm going to dump these in here. Shake them so they land face up. And I'm going to put some of these on here. And I'll be using my card glue. So first things first, I'm going to use my liner brush, and I'm going to use this. And I'm just going to put a little on my brush. And let's see. Maybe the thumb. I guess I will put a design on a thumb. This is going to be a little island. Island in the middle of the ocean here. Get you in closer. I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to pick me out a nice palm tree here. I like, this one looks nice. And it's going to go right here. Smooth that down. I'm going to take that same brown or tan, I'm going to cover up right here. Got some at the bottom of my nail. You know, that spot at the bottom of my nail. Cure this for 60 seconds. Alright, make sure this is down real good before I put the other top coat on. It's still this top coat. Cure that for 60 seconds. Alright, so here's our thumb. Now, let's move on to the rest of them. I'm going to wipe them with alcohol because that top coat tried to spread some. Clearly there's some oil on there. Now, I'm going to try and make a flower here. No, you know what? I think I'll put it on my ring finger. Now this one sticks to everything. I advise you not to use your hands. I'll be using my hands though. Shouldn't, but I am. This is an old sticker paper. I honestly don't remember what came off of it, but here we are. Roll it out with my finger. I shouldn't, but I am. Now, you want same size balls, you want 5 of them. Let's see if we got about the same size balls here. That one's too small. I'll add something to it. That one's too small. Alright, 5 balls around the same size. Alright, now I'm gonna take my tweezers and gently pick them up. I wanted one up here. If it will stick. Okay. Number 5 here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is take my silicone tool. Hope it doesn't stick. You know what? Let me rub it in some alcohol. You're gonna push it in and then pull it out. And you're gonna use the comb to widen it at the end. Push it in and widen it out. Now I can shape them the way that I want them. I probably should have made this flower a little bigger, but she's cutesy. She'll work. And I want to have a point on the end and twist it up and get you in even closer so you can see what I'm doing. Pull this out, curve the petal. Twist that. And the last one, well, no, not the last one. This one's not curved. I think they look better when they're curved. Alright. I'll cure that for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to take the same two colors that I have on my nail. I'm going to put a little on my palette. Excuse all the hand that you're seeing, nothing else. Okay, we're still on the flower. I'm going to clean this brush off first. Alright. Now I'm going to take this lighter color that's up here on my nail. And I'm going to trace this. I'm just outlining the petal here. I'm going to do that to all of the petals. Sorry, off camera. Last petal here. cure that for 60 seconds. Alright, now I'm going to take my dotting tool, the smallest end, and take that darker blue that's down here and go up the petals a little. Alright, now I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. Alright, now we're going to put us a top coat over that. Well, first, I guess we should put, yeah, we should put the pearls on first so we can seal it in. Get our McCart glue. Tiny, teeny little amount in the middle. There we go. And the smaller pearls for this. Got smaller pearls. And my tweezers. Drop me about 5 or 6 on there. Oh my, get on there. There we go. I'm gonna flash cure that. Now I'm going to top coat it and then cure it for 60 seconds. You want to get inside that flower without filling in those wells. I'll make sure you get every side of it because it will be sticky otherwise. Okay, that for 60 seconds. Okay, now let's get back to doing these. Just going to be a real little simple cuticle design. I'm going to use my McCart gel, and the rhinestone glue, and put some out here on my palette. It's easier to manage that way. liner brush. Dip it in that good old glue there. And put it up here. Get my crystal katana. And I want this medium-sized one for my thumb. And then I'm going to put a pearl on either side. There's her hair. Okay. Make sure it's even. That's not very even. I'm going to cure that into place. I'm not doing a full cure, I'm just doing a flash cure. We're going to do this to all of the nails. This rhinestone glue dries non-tacky, so it's perfect. I always put my stones on top of a top coat. You want the stone to be kind of according to your nail size. I find it looks better that way. Flash cure. Well, last two nails here. Make sure I have enough here so it actually keeps the curls and rhinestone on. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna do a full cure on those. Alright, the only other thing that's gonna be different on this hand is a starfish. So let's try that. See if I can make that happen on camera. I've never made a starfish before, so this will be a first. Kind of want to stay with the blue theme though. I feel like the flower really goes well. I also feel like something should go here. But we're gonna try. If it doesn't pan out, we can always take it off. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the flower. We're gonna make 5 balls. This time I'm using clay. You know you shouldn't touch this with your hands either, but I am. This is a no-no. Don't do what I do. Wear gloves. And even gloves over extended periods of time doesn't work to protect you from TPO and HEMA. So change your gloves periodically as well. Now I would be doing this with my air dry clay if I weren't putting it on my nail right now. Okay, these need to be balls. Going to be our 5 legs, if I can pull it off. Probably should put a flower on the other one, but we're here now. I could put it here. No, we're going to put it on this one. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, this doesn't want to stick that easily. So, do it this way. It won't stick. So that's a no-go. I'm not putting a base and a top coat on it. It'll be too thick. So, I guess we're going to make this a flower. Just as well. I didn't see that turning out too easy either. And my whole goal was to do art that everybody can do. On my my tutorials. I'm gonna make us 5 balls again. Roughly the same size. That ball came out a little too big. So did that one. But these two are a little small, so no, that's still too big. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna put this on here. Down on there. Okay. Get our silicone tool, put it in the alcohol again. Bring in so you can see what I'm doing again. And once again, I'm going to take this silicone tool that's in the shape of a cone. I'm going to push it in towards the center, flatten it out with the wide part. And do that with all of them. Stick in some more alcohol. Push in, flatten out. Push in, flatten out. Bring all that to the center. Okay, now you're going to take pull this out, shape it to a point, and then I like to make them curve. It's more, I think it looks better, personally. And the last petal. Okay, cure that for 60 seconds when you're satisfied with it. Alright, 60-second cure. Okay, now I'm just going to paint this flower like I did this one. And then I think I'm going to put some metal pieces on this one. But after I get done with this and paint my island and poncher on this, I've decided to put some of these on my pointer fingers because it just feels a little bare. So that's what I'm gonna do for the pointer. So first I want this big shell so I can put a pearl in it. Upside down. And then I want a conch shell. Turn right away. And another fan shell, but turn it the other way. A baby fan shell. So, crystal baton out again. Let's get down here. Get me some of my glue out. Kind of put it off to the side here. Needs to be a big area here because I'm putting 3 things there. And a little more where the big clam shell's going to be. It's going to hold the pearl. All right. Put that right there. And these 2 next to it. I'm going to flash cure that. Now I'm going to take and put some of that glue in the big shell. It's upside down. And put me a pearl in there. And I'm gonna flash cure that. And now I'm going to encapsulate it or cover it with top coat so it doesn't tarnish. And get this excess out of the shell. cure that for 60 seconds. Just doing the same thing to this nail that I just did to the left hand. And a big club for the big shell. Flash here. Gonna get me a this for the pearl again. Flash cure. And now top coat it to seal in all the silver. Now, I want to get all the excess out of the shell. Cure that for 60 seconds. Now we put on our cuticle oil, which I always seem to forget until after I'm done recording. Trying to get better at remembering it. There we have it. There are our tropical ocean nails. Got our palm trees, our ocean waves, tropical flower and shells. What more could you need? Well, thank you for coming to watch my video. Once again, I hope you come back next time. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And have a wonderful day or night. Bye, hotties.